So not cool, but also not a fool. It's the Power of God's Love podcast 1043. Hey there, Tony here again. I'm sure you're going to disagree with me when I say this, but I got to say this. I am so not cool. And this might be the biggest reason. You probably didn't know this, but I've never done any cool drugs. Not even pot, man. Okay, they say the first step to healing is admitting you have a problem. So that's a load off my mind. And I can see my audience dwindle as they run to find another much cooler dude to follow. Goodbye, everyone. It's been real, and it's been fun. Wait a sec. If you're actually leaving, that's so not cool too. Aren't you supposed to support me as I deal with these issues that I've opened up my heart to you with? Sure, I know this one is not so cool, but come on, man, where's the love, huh? Yeah, this is all tongue-in-cheek, and I know you get the point. You catch my drift. You're picking up what I'm laying down, etc., etc., etc. But maybe you wonder why I never did drugs. After all, I was in the entertainment world full-time for years and years and some more years. And I probably could have gone much bigger in that industry if I had just jumped on at least the pot bandwagon. Well, I can't take all the credit for avoiding that nonsense. I give the credit to God. Fortunately, I connected with Him when I was 13, thanks to my grandmother. And I wanted to do things and live life in a way that pleased Him. That's the way I started out. I wish I could say I succeeded all the time, but I failed more times than I care to admit. Yeah. Then again, I got to say this too. During my teenage mind of mush years, I did do pretty well. At least well enough to stay away from the drugs that could have and probably would have changed who I was and how my life might have gone. And I made a living as a professional singer and keyboard player. And during those years, I had lots, and I mean lots of opportunities to partake in those cool drugs, especially pot and cocaine. In fact, I remember a time I was playing a very popular spot in Atlanta, Georgia. I was doing a solo thing there on just me and my piano. A very nice looking girl came up to me when I was on a break and said, "Follow me." She did the finger, pointing toward you, the follow me sign that you do with your finger. Anyway, well, I'm a red-blooded American guy, so I did. I followed her. I didn't know what we were in for, I knew it wasn't going to be something illicit because that's not where we were and didn't have time for it. Anyway, okay. We went into another room, and then she pulled out her cocaine and offered me some. And because I'm so not cool, it felt really weird. I said, "No, thanks." And then I told her that I had to get back to work, and that was that, pretty much. And of course, I didn't get anywhere with her because I wasn't cool. And back in those days, lots of times, guys, women, mostly guys, would come and compliment me on a break, and they'd shake my hand and slip a doobie into my palm. I know they're probably not called doobies anymore, but that's what they were called, all right? Sheesh, if they knew how I'd go flush it down the toilet, who knows what might have happened. Back in the 80s, when that was all going on with me, those things were commonplace in the circles where I played. For all I know, musicians and singers might still experience the same things. I don't know, but it was definitely everywhere back then. So you might be asking why I keep saying I'm not so cool. Maybe you think it was cool of me to skip the drug scene. But the reason I say I'm so not cool is because the world sees anyone who doesn't fall into the, let's say, the dark side as lame or square or nerdy or whatever the derogatory term du jour is now. But it just goes with the territory of being a Christian, a follower of Jesus. He said that the world hated him and that if we love him, they will also hate us. Yeah, he said that in a different way. I'm not saying it verbatim, but that's basically what he was saying. And he also said they persecuted him and would also persecute those of us who love him. And maybe his followers thought he was cool, but the Pharisees and Roman officials certainly didn't, because he was, wait for it, good. Yeah, that's definitely a worldly buzzkill. But give me the whole Jesus any day of the week.
Oh, give me love, give me justice, give me grace and the strength to endure. When the world comes against me, give me your spirit, steadfast and sure. Give me words, give me courage, give me time and a powerful voice. And when many still may hate me, give me your love and I'll always rejoice. Give me the whole Jesus, the whole good Lord, the one who shields a child, the one who wields a sword. Give me the whole Jesus, the Son of God and man, 'cause only Jesus saves, and only Jesus can. Only Jesus can. Only Jesus can. Then give me dreams, give me wisdom, give me peace at the end of my days, and give me life everlasting in your world and in your higher ways. Give me the whole Jesus, the whole good Lord, the one who shields a child, the one who wields a sword. Give me the whole Jesus, Son of God and man, 'cause only Jesus saves, and only Jesus can. Give me the whole Jesus, the whole good Lord, the one who shields a child, the one who wields a sword. Give me the whole Jesus, Son of God and man, 'cause only Jesus saves, and only Jesus can. Give me the whole Jesus, the whole good Lord, the one who shields a child, the one who wields a sword. Give me the whole Jesus, Son of God and man, 'cause only Jesus saves, and only Jesus can. Only Jesus can. Only Jesus can.
If you're a regular listener, you've heard me play that song here on the podcast before. I hope you enjoyed it again. If you've never heard it, I hope it landed somewhere solidly with you. And I'll finish out by saying, so I'm not cool, but I'm cool with that. Sticking with Jesus is where it's at. He's always with me through thick and thin. He has a paradise I'll live in with everyone else who chose what's true. How about it? Are you so not cool too? And one of the easiest ways you can be on the uncool list is to get Tony's daily devotional delivered to your inbox for free. How's that for a big time sales pitch on getting something for free, huh? My daily devotional, which is mostly daily, is something that I share with believers who want to focus on the power of God's love and rightly divide the word of truth. That's a key component right there. You don't have to currently be a believer to get my daily devotional sent to your inbox for free, but I hope that your interest in getting it, if you're not a believer, would be to figure out where you're missing it and where you can get connected and become a believer, because that's the only way you're going to get to heaven. You got to believe and trust that Jesus is your Savior. And the best reason for getting my regular emails coming to your inbox is that you can spend your time reading, listening, and watching good stuff based on the power of God's love instead of looking for it. You don't have to go looking for it, because that's my goal, is to give you good stuff all the time that shows you the power of God's love. Not just the peace, love, and joy, but the power. The power of His love created the universe. And by the way, to show my sincere appreciation for your time and attention and your email address, I'll send you some download links to music in the very first 6 days. And that's a rhyming book for kids about the creation week. And I'm going to send that to you right away when you confirm your subscription. Simple, easy peasy. Just add your email address to the form over there at tonyfunderburk.com. It's on the first page. Real easy. It'll take you just a couple of seconds, and then you'll get an email that you have to confirm, make sure that you are you and that you really did want it and somebody wasn't trying to send it to you, without your knowledge. And when you do that, you're going to be in my list and we're going to get connected. You'll get to know me better. And then before you know it, if you haven't become a believer already, you will become a believer and you will get to live forever. What wonderful benefits are all caught up right there in my simple little email. Yeah, it's more than that, but you get the point. Thank you so much for tuning in. And as always, this is Tony reminding you, let's go out and look for some opportunities to share the power of God's love.